I want to talk to you about a psychological state called flow. And it was recently brought to my attention on Charlie Brooker's How Video Games Changed the World. Now, flow is a state of being characterized by intense and focused concentration on the present moment, merging of action and awareness, a loss of reflective self-consciousness, it's hard for me to get that one, a sense of personal control or agency over the situation or activity, a distortion of temporal experience, one's subjective experience of time is altered, experience of the activity is intrinsically rewarding. This is something that was brought up by a cyber-psychologist in How Video Games Changed the World. From Tetris, from people being fully immersed and playing the original Tetris in the original Game Boy, green and black, and being so immersed and so engaged with it. And you achieve this state of flow, which is highly desirable. It helps with your cognitive abilities, and it helps you relieve even low levels of depression. And it's achievable through games.
It's interesting to hear about the effects because I most often concentrate on the causes of it. It's like you're completely involved and absorbed with something. Mm-hmm. And the obvious analogy is...
You're immersed, you're engaged, you're happy, high skill levels needed, and high skill is present in you.
So people that aren't skilled can't achieve flow, is that what you're saying? Or it's relative?
It's relative.
Okay.
It has to be perceived.
Yeah, the example where I experience this most, or I am conscious of experiencing the most, is playing video games, challenging ones, especially ones that don't give me a lot of time to decide, but that fast twitch motion is necessary, like driving games, like shooting games,
yes,
that sort of thing. And I only ever realize that I was in that state of flow after I've come out of it. And usually it's like...
Well, you realize what time it is, and you go, wow, I only meant to play this for 20, 30 minutes. It's been a couple hours.
Well, maybe I don't do those hour things. Typically it's on a shorter scale.
Have you ever just realized it was 5 a.m.?
Well, yeah, that.
And you've been playing all night and you didn't even realize it?
When I'm in flow, like I'll be doing things that I don't realize I'm doing. Like I'm making a face, or I'm clenching my jaw, or like...
You told me this.
Yeah, and like I'll be like, my jaw hurts. What is wrong with my jaw? And I've been just like clenching it, staring, not blinking at the screen for minutes and minutes and minutes. Or sometimes I'll be like, when did I stand up? Wasn't I just sitting down? It's like kind of that excitement.
You're that level of being immersed.
Yeah.
And flow is, it kind of creates an unstoppable drive. This is also present in athletes and musicians and artists. And, well, I mean, you'll probably do well in video games, but it's also an important state in general in life. This was explained by, I didn't have her name before, Berni Goode in How Video Games Changed the World. And this is such an important state of mind. It's what keeps people sane.
I wouldn't think someone who is going through spreadsheets all day experiences flow.
Well,
but could they? Is that a thing?
If you're really immersed in it, if you really enjoy it. Part of the characteristic is enjoying what you're doing.
Oh,
being
is that
very
important?
happy.
Is that necessary?
Yes, because it's a different state when you're not enjoying it, when you're just very, very immersed in it. You're getting things done, but it's just like you're not getting that psychological benefit of happiness and knowing that you're doing something and you're doing it well and you're in this world and you're achieving. It's very different. It's different from highway hypnosis too, which we also talked about, which was just driving and then getting somewhere and then not remembering the drive at all. You don't have that positive feedback.
Right. I am sure I've achieved flow skiing and snowboarding.
Sure.
That's a good candidate for that time.
You used to be a snowboard instructor.
I did.
Yeah.
For many years.
So I guess you did have a high level of that.
A level of skill and challenge sometimes.
That you perceived.
Yeah, that I perceived.
Well, I used to practice Jeet Kune Do when I was in college, and it's Bruce Lee's mixed martial art.
Gotcha.
It's a combination of Wing Chun and also fencing stances. And in his book, Lee compares the state of flow to when he famously says, be like water, empty your mind, be formless, be shapeless like water. If you pour water in a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Put in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. I'm glad to see that it's just another example of how video games are actually positive and have a positive effect on human beings. And just another example of how video games changed the world.